Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Saturday early evening episode of Ted's Booze Cellar with me, the most gracious host Ted. Welcome to the premiere alcohol review show here on YouTube. I just got done reviewing and editing up a video for my gaming channel, which I'll put in the link to in the video description down below. And I thought today I'd take a rest back with a slightly more straightforward and simple drink than yesterday's absolute monstrosity, in that this is just a standard beer, and it's a Belgian beer as well, so I've got high hopes for it. Now, my brother and his wife came down to visit me with my baby niece and my mum yesterday. They brought me some housewarming gifts, because, I moved into my new place quite a while ago, but they haven't had the chance to come down and see me here, and, well, yet anyway, so yesterday was the first time they came down to see me since I moved in here, but they brought me a nice housewarming gift of some plants and herbs, and the other one they got me was this really generous 4-pack of beers from, hang on, what's the name of the shop again? Oh yes, the Beer Shop London. So, if you ever want to check out a place in London for good craft and imported beers, that's probably a good place to check out. Now, today we're going to be taking a look at an imported beer from them, which is Straffe Hendrik Brugs Tripel Bier 9, which is a grade 9 Belgian Trappist beer. Now, we've had a bit of inconsistent luck with Trappist beers in the past on this channel, but the thing is, I think a lot of traditional proper Belgian beers, they're usually not that bad. It's just differing variations of good. I've yet to try a Belgian style beer, even like an imitation one, like that time I tried an imitation of Creek from M&S, and I've yet to try even an imitation Belgian beer that I haven't liked. So yeah, I don't know, it's interesting to see what this will be like. I mean, even the Belgian white beer imitation from Brewdog, I didn't think it was amazing, but even still, it was quite alright actually. So, yeah, no, I'm interested to see what this is like. And it's been a long time since we've reviewed a proper Trappist Belgian beer, like a really dark, hearty one. So, I'm looking forward to this. First off, I really like the mixture of colours and the design of the label. A good 10 out of 10 there. Very simple, very clean. Nice contrasting mixture of white, gold, and sort of serene, sort of hearty green. Yeah, I like it. Gives me the impression of I'm in sort of like a pub in like northwestern Europe, and I'm just sitting down with a beer, reading a foreign paper I can't read, and having some delicious food. So we're gonna have a quick snifter of this and see what our first impressions are like, and I'll give the labelling and the design of the bottle probably a nice solid 10 out of 10, I think. So let's give it a snifter and see what our first impressions are like. Has a bit of that rich Trappist, dark, hearty smoothness in the finish of the smell. Mostly it actually smells a bit like it kind of smells a bit like a Cellar, weirdly enough. It smells, the main body of the nose kind of feels like a sort of slightly more deeper, richer version of a Cellar, whereas like the finish of the smell definitely smells like a strong, hearty Trappist beer. So gives you a good first impression. It's clean, it's simple, it's crisp, but it's also got that richness that you would associate with a drink like this. So I'll give the smell a good 8 out of 10. Yeah, smells pretty inviting, as I would say. But anyway, we'll have ourselves a quick palate cleanser of water first. And then on to the most important part of the video, which is to see what this sucker tastes like. So, to everyone watching at home, bottoms up. It's quite nice. Interesting. It's interesting actually, because yes, a grade 9 Trappist beer is quite hearty and full on, but it doesn't taste like that hearty or full on or too strong either. The flavour is just like a good, solid, straightforward grade 5 or 6 level Trappist beer, I'd say, and it's just a very simple flavour. It's got that rich Trappist through line. with a slightly hazy, sweet undertone that kind of undercuts the darkness a little bit, really nicely actually. And then there's almost this like very faint, like 5% hint of like vanilla-iness overtopping like everything. Like it's just very simple flavours and not a huge like variation, but like the lack of variation I feel kind of like lends itself to this being a much more palatable beer because there's not too many flavours contrasting and clashing against each other. The texture though is where it gets really interesting because I feel that the main body of the texture kind of feels like a standard comprehensive imported beer, like say a Cellar, whereas like the finish of the texture kind of feels a bit more hazier and sweeter, kind of like with something like a Hoegaarden. So this is an interesting mix. It's kind of like it tastes like a slightly lighter Trappist beer. When you're drinking it down, it feels a lot more smoother and well, not necessarily smooth. I think it just feels a lot more easier to go down because I know a lot of people don't like dark Trappist beers in the sense that they can be quite hard to palate and go down. So I think this combines the best parts of Trappist beer flavours with the best parts of like textures that you'd find in other Belgian beers. So it's a lot more palatable and it's a lot more of, I think, a welcoming entry point into the world of Trappist beers for people who aren't as familiar with them. So generally speaking, I'm really pleased with this. Gonna give it a good. It's great. The only thing I really criticise is that I think it could do with a slightly fuller body of flavour. I think it could be a little bit heartier, and the sort of slight vanilla-y part of it could be accentuated. I'm not sure what quite flavour of that it is, but that's kind of the first thing that springs to mind when I think of the overtones in this drink. But generally speaking, it is a really solidly brewed beer. I honestly wouldn't change that much about it, and I think I would recommend this to anyone who's thinking of getting into Belgian beers to begin with. So it's 9 out of 10. I think this is really good stuff, and I would thoroughly recommend it. It's probably my favourite Trappist beer so far, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do, if not more so. But if you did agree or disagree with my rating tonight, leave your suggestions and your ideas in the comments section below, as well as any suggestions for drinks for future episodes of Ted's Booze Cellar. On top of that, if you like this video, leave a like, share and subscribe. And if you want to check out anything else I do online, I'll leave the links to all that in the video description down below. Until next time though, take care, stay safe, don't do anything I wouldn't do, wash your hands, drink responsibly, know your limits, and I'll see you guys at the bar next time on Ted's Booze Cellar. Bye-bye for now.